So what makes a virtual event an event? Is it a webinar, a live stream? Is it Zoom? Is Zoom really capable of making or giving a great virtual event experience? We're going to get all the way into it today. But before we go all the way there, hello there, brave one. Thank you for joining me today. And whether you're here with me live or in the replay, then I want to invite you to play along with me and give me your questions, your comments, and let me know what you're thinking, because I'll be sure to answer you as soon as I can. And if you think what I'm talking about today might be helpful for someone in your circle, then make sure you give this video to them. So get your thumbs warmed up, start sending me some visual love so I know that you are pumped and ready to go. And if this is your first time here with me, hello, I am Ella Glasgow, the Director of Funability at Beyond Virtual Events, and I make virtual events tight. And I do this for established small businesses and corporations that need more engagement and better production so they can have an event that keeps working for them long after the event is over. So seriously, I want to know, what makes a virtual event an event? This is a question I've been thinking about for a long time, and there are so many different names that they're called that it can be really, really confusing. We've called them webinars and online summits or remote experiences or digital gatherings. And then, of course, there are the format-specific names like masterclass or workshops or digital expos and live streams. And trust me, it is a rabbit hole that I have been all the way down. But none of those describe an event. And unfortunately, Webster doesn't really have a helpful definition either. Or does it? When I looked it up, Webster's dictionary defines the word event in a few ways: as something that happens, a noteworthy happening, a social occasion or activity, or an adverse, damaging medical occurrence. Well, for our purposes, I am going to build on this one, which happens to be a noteworthy happening. And when I apply this definition, this underlying definition, to the phrase virtual events, for me it takes on a whole different meaning. Now, I know that everyone promoting their virtual event believes wholeheartedly it's a noteworthy occasion. But what I'm seeing when I'm attending some of these virtual events is less than noteworthy. There seems to be a little bit of a disconnect from promotion to arriving at the virtual venue, and the experience just kind of degrades from there. So not long ago, I visited someone's event, and they asked me to consult them on it afterwards. And since it was their first virtual event, my first question to them was what they thought about their event. And their reply is what I'm seeing as a universal theme. So here's what they said. They said, we thought that because we were in Zoom all the time for meetings and such, that we knew what to do to have an event. But Ella, there is so much more to it than just creating a link and pressing start meeting. So, you see, Zoom, in my opinion, has gotten a bad rap in the last few years. It's been blamed for lack of interactivity, for screen fatigue, and the biggest one of all that I hear so much about, low engagement. But is Zoom really the problem? In my estimation, blaming Zoom for these problems is like calling the Hilton Hotel, asking for an event space, and then blaming them for lack of interactivity, low engagement, and butt fatigue, because they didn't tell you how to run your event or dress the empty room. Now, the hotel may have limited items available, and you may be relegated to it remaining a certain shape, but nothing is stopping you from bringing things in and creating the atmosphere and experience that you want to create in that box for your attendees. And the interesting thing is, hundreds of people have used that one event space and never had the same experience. I offer that Zoom is an empty room, and it's up to you to decide how that empty room will function and look. While some of it is relegated to what's available on the platform, there is nothing stopping you from getting creative in how you use those given elements and bringing your own things in. Now, the type of event you're having will also guide you on the external elements that are needed for your particular event. So, for instance, a 1-hour virtual workshop or masterclass doesn't necessarily need tons of external graphics and thumping music. And you know, if you know me, I love my bells and whistles. But that is never in lieu of a solid foundational element that differentiates a casual gathering from a noteworthy event. So with that being said, you are probably wondering now what those things are, right? So get ready, because I'm going to tell you, I'm about to spill the tea on this today, and it may be some things that you're not expecting. So there are a few, but I'm going to go over the 4 overarching ones for you right now. And here are your noteworthy event foundations. The first one being event start times. This is one of the biggest differences between a casual meeting and an event. A casual meeting can start at any time. Good God, we know they've started late. But the difference between a casual meeting and an event is how and when that event starts. While a casual meeting or live stream may start late and begin with things like, we're going to just give people a few minutes to get here into the room and get settled, and give the algorithm some time to let people know we're starting. While we're waiting, why don't you tell us where you're all from in the chat? A well-produced, noteworthy virtual event will start on time with purpose and honors those in the room who did show up on time ready to go. They have a purposefully crafted beginning that genuinely engages their audience on a deeper level than the overused, "Where's everybody from?" line. You with me? Okay. The next is tech, audio, and rehearsals. Now, a casual meeting or a live stream may witness the host fumbling with tech, iffy audio, and last-minute visuals. A well-produced, noteworthy event would never allow this. There is no hemming and hawing about not being able to find the button to share the slides to begin the event, or asking, "Can everybody hear me okay? Can you hear me?" Why? Because all of that was checked and tested multiple times before the event began. A noteworthy event doesn't run its tech check in front of its audience. And the third thing that distinguishes a noteworthy event: transitions. A casual meeting or live stream may jump from one topic to the next with really no real indication that we'd be changing direction. We just fly where the wind takes us. A well-produced, noteworthy event has structured and purposeful transitions that allow an audience to flow and enjoy and actively participate in this ride that's been created for them. And speaking of transitions, if you didn't know it already, I run a live virtual event twice a month in Zoom, and I call it the Business Breakout. It's on the first and third Wednesdays of the month, and I interview thought leaders in business and showcase excellence in entertainment while you get a behind the scenes look at how I run virtual events and see how I make all these things that we're talking about today happen. But you don't have to take my word for it. Here is what one person had to say after being in the Zoom audience.
My experience with Zoom has been, this is totally different. I mean, this is a major production and really understanding how to use the tool in creative ways that I don't know. I don't know how you did what you did. It's engaging, it's interesting, and it's really what I'm looking to do to bring to my programs. You know, something that's a lot more engaging, a lot more interesting, a lot more fun. So I don't know how you do your magic, but I'm much more educated now, and I'm very interested to explore further.
There are so many things that are possible for your virtual event, even inside of Zoom, that you may have wanted, but you were just not sure that they could happen with your given tool set. And I would love to invite you to join me for the next virtual event so that you can see what's possible for yours. And as we've been talking today, I hope that you're beginning to realize that the foundational elements of a noteworthy event have absolutely nothing to do with the room or the platform that you've chosen. While there are some foundational elements that distinguish a noteworthy virtual event, I'm going to just leave, there's more. There are more foundational elements that distinguish a noteworthy event. I'm going to leave you with the one more because I promised you 4. And that is the end times. And I'm not talking about the book of Revelation. I am talking about your ending times. A casual meeting or live stream may go on for hours with no end in sight. We've seen them, and some of us have been a part of them. A well-produced, noteworthy event understands that its audience has a life outside of the event and honors that fact by not only starting on time, but ending on time. As I have told many clients over the years for events that I have emceed either in person or virtually, we're going to laugh, we're going to have a good time, we're going to kiki, we're going to caca, but by golly, as I stand here today, we are going to end on time. So all of those in consideration, I hope that you have enjoyed and gotten something out of our time together today. And I would love to know what struck you the most, especially for your upcoming events. I hope that you know that I am here to help you take your events from casual to noteworthy. Because at Beyond Virtual Events, it is not just about hosting events. It's about crafting experiences with purpose. Your event is a stepping stone for your audience, and when it's done right, it can transform a single moment into a cascade of marketing opportunities for your business. With us, it's not just about going live, it's about creating a lasting impact that extends far beyond the event itself. So if you're looking to elevate your virtual presence and you need help with your next virtual event, and you want to turn it into a powerhouse of ongoing engagement without tech headache, we're here to make it happen. So until next time, keep making your mark and remember that everything you do can go far beyond. I'll see you.